Sit down.
No,
I can call myself anything these days. Thank you. Yeah. Good evening and welcome to this meeting of Woodley Town Council's Planning and Community Committee meeting, which is being held today on Tuesday the 9th of December 2025. Woodley Town Council meetings are now recorded, with recordings streamed live and stored on the Town Council's YouTube channel. By virtue of attending the meeting, you consent to having your image and audio recorded for this purpose. If you do not wish for your image and audio to be recorded, then please do not stay for the meeting. For those in attendance, we're not expecting a fire drill tonight, so if you hear the fire alarm, please head to the nearest fire exit and congregate at the fire assembly point by the Oakwood Centre in the front of Woodford Park. So we will start with the agenda for tonight, item 1. Apologies.
Yes, we've had apologies from Councillors Horskins, Jewell and Lewis, and Councillor Horskins is attending the meeting virtually.
Okay. Item 2. Are there any declarations of interest from members on tonight's agenda meetings? No? Okay. We are to approve the minutes of the Planning and Community Committee meeting held on the 18th of November 25, and I will sign them as a true record at the end of the meeting. Do we all approve the thing? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Item 4 is to review the actions and follow-ups arising from the previous meetings of the committee, which is on page 5 of the agenda. The first one, waiting for the local plan to be implemented, to considering the updating of evaluating benefit of Woodley design statement. Are we still waiting for the WBC's local plan? It said adoption date December 25.
Nothing else on it. I'll for the next meeting I'll check up and see when the if they've had any further update, but I haven't heard any plans.
How's that today now? Okay. Minute 172, members to consider potential locations for new town council notice boards.
So yeah,
They're going to the strategy and resources meeting, aren't they?
they will be, yes, but we think that'll be the January meeting.
Yeah, and they'll be updated then.
Yeah.
Is it you're moving the one or just updating only?
Yeah, it was
all
replacement
of-
Or replacement?
Yeah, there's some in pretty poor condition.
Okay.
As of the last meeting on the cycling and walking working group, Councillor Taylor has advised members that the group does not have capacity to progress this at this time. Maybe when they have that we'll hear something, but it's still the same as last month.
Chair, can I just ask? I wonder how long this will be kicking around. Because this has been from February. When will they have capacity to progress this? Would be my question if they were here.
Yeah, Councillor Taylor's not on this committee now, but
No, and a lot of focus is going on developing that cycle network, and that's where all the capacity in that group is going at the moment. So from what I understand, I don't think there's going to be any capacity to kind of look at parking around schools anytime soon for that group.
so that's where it is. Minute 52, officers to write to Wokingham on behalf of the committee regarding accessibility issues in the town. Still waiting for responses from Councillor Stephen Conway.
That's correct, yes. We'll give them a response, but I'll follow that up.
Yeah.
Madam Chair, like I say something on 51.2. I'm still not fully on faith with that.
Oh, I've got complete, yeah, I've got complete on that one.
Yeah, the set up, but I'd like to come in and go through with you.
Yeah.
How I'm going to set it up and how to operate it.
Either that or arrange a Teams meeting with me, and I can do it at any point via Teams and show you around. That's probably as quick as anything. Then you don't need to pop in necessarily. You can do it whenever. But it is essentially, it just works like a web page, so it looks a bit like a web page, and all the information on it. You just need to kind of navigate around it and find the information that's on there. There's not a huge amount at the moment, but yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. The last one, officers are writing to Woking regarding government cross-pavement EV charging fund to ask if Wokingham is applying for the funding.
That's right. Yeah, I'll follow that up, Chair, as well. We've not had a response from that initial.
Yeah, okay, so that's the,
Just to note, Councillor Lewis has joined us virtually as well.
oh, I've been,
David, sorry, do you want to just tap your mic?
Sorry.
item 5 is to look at the current planning applications for today. First one is 251398 246 Kingfisher Drive. Full application for the temporary installation of a hydraulic car lift at the rear of 246 Kingfisher Drive for a period of 12 months retrospective. There have been comments on this already. Is that one of them? Is that printed off from?
It's not printed off. This is a contact from a resident that sent it in to us, but it replicates an objection that's on the system. So yeah, so that's just noted that we received that.
I mean,
What thoughts have we got?
I had a look back on the original planning, and it states quite definitely in there.
It was 18 months.
It was up until the 23rd of May 25, and it had to be dismantled and removed by that date. Right, he has put in a renewed application at the beginning of June, which has taken, 5 months to reach this listing. If you look at the complaints that have come through, they have said that the car he worked on has long been gone, and there's been others up there. Even if he is a hobbyist specialising in renewing old cars, he's running a business, and it shouldn't be
from
allowed.
the original application. Okay.
I can't see anything other than that he would need to apply for change of use to business, which I would certainly be against. Kingfisher Drive is not the place to have a garage business.
Any other comments?
Yeah, I agree with David. Sorry, Vin. I agree with David. I think when the gentleman came to the meeting and specifically said it was only to restore one car, we passed it based on that one car. But I don't want to go as far as to say we were lied to, but it's obvious that it's not just one car. So I would be, I'd be very much against this personally.
So are we minded to say that we object to this planning application for the reasons that we've stated that you've got there as well, and the residents' objections?
Thank you, Janet.
Okay. 252344 11 Retford Close, Woodley, which is a revised application from what was the number before? Yes, there were comments last time about the design being overbearing and large. And again, I think objections by the neighbour at number 10. Does anybody still feel the same, that it's still?
I'll be perfectly honest. I had a good look at this one again today. He has met some of the objections because he has removed the cladding from the new plans.
Yes.
And that was a major objection because it would have put it completely out of sync with the rest. it is a large extension. Whether it's massive, I'm not so confident of.
What does massing? I mean, I know overbearing, does that mean the same thing, or is it saying a mass, a large mass on the?
Yeah, basically the same thing, overbearing and taking up all the space. As far as one of the objections that was given was the desire to remove the window, even though it was shut, where he's
Yes.
put WC. Quite honestly, if you look closely at that plans, there's a second downstairs WC in its original position in the building, which is on the opposite side of the house. So I don't see any difficulty for him to remove that from the plans and just extend the utility room.
That was one of the concerns of the neighbour, I think.
That was one of the concerns
in
of the
that
neighbour.
it's still got it can still be opened.
But most of the other complaints that I saw from the neighbours really related to building control.
Yeah.
Over the soakaways for water, etc.
And that's not what we're here
Which
for,
is
is it?
not what we're on. But I'm interested to hear any other comments.
Anybody happy to approve this application? As in that they've changed the external materials, which was a big thing.
The two reasons this committee objected before was on the cladding and on massing, and as you say, the cladding's done. And also, if you look at the comparison of those two pictures, this is the original application up here, and you can see kind of the elements in grey are where it is. That's the new one, and you can kind of quite clearly see if I just flick between the two that there is a reduction in scale.
And that really was the big thing. I don't really think that we've got any other reason to say that we object.
No.
Really, so I think this is a...
No. The only one thing that I would say, this, he doesn't own the house. And something Keith has brought up many times, that it is possible to put a planning application in.
Oh, that's right, if
I
you don't...
don't know whether, I did look on the estate agents, and it is up for sale on Rightmove and one or two others. And one of those is actually put in sold subject to contract. So whether that is the applicant of this...
So he's putting this in while he's going through the process of buying?
Well, it would certainly appear that way. It would certainly appear that way.
So as Keith said, if he is successful and buys it, then he's got his planning permission in place.
Then he's got his planning.
But he can't do anything. Well, he wouldn't. Why would?
Whoever owns that property at any point, if the planning's in place, they can build to those plans, whether they submitted those plans or not.
He could have lost money by putting in the planning applications if he doesn't get the house. So So as it stands now, and as they've made amendments, we'll just say that we approve.
No
that
objection.
as it is now.
Yeah.
No objection from us. That's 11 close.
We should also, on that point, just one extra, we should make note, I think, that Councillor Swaddling has actually asked for it to be listed. But if you look at the date of that, that talks about massing and cladding. And when you look at the date, it's the 28th of October.
I wondered if it was before.
I think that is from the previous
Before this revised
application.
one. Yeah, I did as well. Okay, we'll move on from there. 252783 64 Butts Hill Road. This is an application for the proposed erection of a single-storey front, two-storey rear extension with a pitched roof, loft conversion, forming habitable space with a rear dormer and Juliet balcony, 3 roof lights, 3 front roof lights, 1 rear roof light, and replacement of the front hanging tiles with coloured cladding board and render to external brickwork. I saw objections from people in Ravensbourne Drive, as this house is at the border of their property, isn't it? Regarding the actual carrying out the works. So I didn't know whether that was relevant to the planning decision.
The only thing I saw difficulty on was the Juliet balcony in the loft space, because that is going to look out and invade the privacy of all the houses around there.
Yeah. Nobody has commented on it, but it's a possibility, isn't it?
Because that's a big Juliet balcony on those.
So it's like, they're like a window with a railing about that size.
Yeah,
They
railing.
look like that. That's what it's going to look
And
like.
you can open the doors.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go out there, but
No, that's.
it's just a glorified window that
but,
opens.
no, as you see from there, it's a double door.
So it's the double, if it was a window, then
So, no, it's a double door, so that would be opened. So for people to lean over
they could,
the balcony.
And that's just to give you an idea. That's kind of, it will be at the rear here. So they'll be looking down this garden into, that's kind of the scope.
Well, you've got Ravensbourne Drive Gardens there, you've got all the gardens down Buttsall Road. But I don't know that that's
is it a valid
a
reason
valid
for objection?
reason.
And as nobody else has brought it up,
Yeah.
they're the nearest neighbours, aren't they?
Obviously, overlooking can be a planning reason, but it depends what that person is overlooking and how close it is. And obviously, there'll be most will have 2 stories, and most will have windows that overlook into back gardens, and that's
That's what I mean,
not
that would-
uncommon across Wokingham. So
Yeah, that would have been a window if it wasn't about a Juliet.
and you can still stand and look out of it into the back gardens as well. So
Yeah.
it's
So we can't really say that's a valid objection. So based on all the other parts of the application, I can't see any objection. Anybody have any objections? No? No? Okay, no objections to that one then. And the last one is 252814, 8 Keene Close.
I'm going to keep quiet on this one because that's all no problems.
Yeah, I haven't written it down, so it must be, I think this one was okay, wasn't it? Garage, single story front and rear, yes, and I think that's the one where I noticed other houses had that front porch done around there, so I couldn't see that any reason for objecting to that. Anybody, any comments or? No?
Very straightforward.
I think it is too, yeah. No objections to that one. So that's a very short planning applications tonight. Item 6, planning decisions. Just to note, the information on decision notices received since the last meeting on page 8. Really, any comments or questions on the approved 2 Steggles Close was the one that has been approved, that contrary to our recommendation. That's the one with the residential homes. We had some people here, didn't we, last time?
Yes.
And what they're saying is that because there's only going to be 2 children at a time, that's my understanding of the comments, that the house is no more than a normal house with a family in.
It's
That's how
very
I'm reading it.
similar to the reasoning they gave for the other property. Was it Woodland? It was
Woodway.
just off Woodlands Avenue, Woodway, wasn't
Woodway,
it?
wasn't it?
It's very similar reasoning that actually, I think you'll note that residents feel there'll be a lot of activity around those places, whereas Wokingham's response is there won't be a lot of activity. There won't be much more activity than a standard residence.
Of a family, well, that's,
That seems to be their position from those 2 that have come. So I think it's worthwhile that being noted by the committee.
yeah. So, understand. So, Loddon Bridge Road approved, Manners Road approved, and Fairwater Drive endorsing our recommendations. Okay. Item 7 is a prior approval submission. And it's just for us to note then before the application has been to the neighbours, and then they're trying to check in advance whether they possibly would get planning permission. So nothing that we can say until it comes up on the planning.
If it needs to, if they get prior approval, it won't come up on planning, but it lets you know of an application for
It
work
possibly
that's
will
going
come.
on in the
I
area.
mean, normally it's under plan development,
Yeah.
development rights.
So, yeah,
But the only thing is 6 metres out from Wool.
quite a big extension, isn't it? Yeah, that is big.
Obviously, if Woking refuse prior approval, they'll then go through to the application stage and do a full application. So
Yeah, that is a big extension, and only 3 metres high. But so we'll look out for that one. Item 8, tree preservation orders. Again, I'm sure you've all read them through. Any comments, questions on any of these preservation orders? I won't read them all out. Any comments or? It's that time of year, isn't it?
Growing reductions, which is happening everywhere.
Yeah. There's nothing untoward. It's different. It's just normal maintenance, I think. Okay, to move on to item 9. Enforcement issues. To note the enforcement notifications on the page 10 and the notification closures on page 11. Page 10. So there are quite a few reported potential breaches, aren't there? Any comments on any of those? No?
None on the notifications.
No. So enforcement closures. And one of them is 246 Kingfish Drive, about the hydraulic lift. Breach of condition. Is that Vin, are you? Yep. No.
So you're right, yes, I just noticed that, sorry, yes, you're right, no. It's strange how that came up.
Yes, that's and then he's put in the planning application in anyway, so application submitted, so we know about that one. Shop units, and that's Tesco's, isn't it? Unit 7, Loddon Rail Centre. Tesco's, isn't it?
I would suggest that is down to the placement of the air conditioning.
Yes, because didn't we have that the last meeting?
Yeah, we did.
Application submitted, we did, didn't we? Yeah. And the other 3 are resolved as no breach. Okay. Item 10, transportation and highways. Have we got an update on the
we received information from Councillor
Speedwatch.
Taylor, just to say that obviously her time's been taken up at the moment by the cycle and walking routes, and there's been no activity.
Okay. Do we have any highways issues that need to be highlighted? Ongoing? No.
Thing I'd like noted, Janet, if possible, please. The residents in the Laurels over off Western Avenue.
Okay.
I don't know if this is relevant actually, but I'll say it anyway. The refuse lorries are desecrating their gardens by driving through their grass and leaving mud trails and basically just ignoring anything that's put in the way and just driving over their gardens. So they've logged it with me. They've also logged it separately with Wokingham District.
Good.
but the two of us haven't met. We haven't come together I can't understand. I don't know who to talk to at Highways to see if we can resolve the issue. But a complaint has gone in basically to two different sets. And I just wanted to say at this point, it's been noted and I'll be chasing that up.
Yeah, so we'll watch out for that then.
Just watch out for it. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Okay. Any others? No? No. Item 11, community issues. Do we have any recent community issues to be
The one thing
looked at?
that was mentioned at the full council, of course, was the buses. And personally, I think it's a subject that requires a lot of discussion and conversation. And ideally, we would need a working party to sit down and thrash that out and then put a report in which could be recommended to full council to go off to Wokingham.
Yeah, I think the outcome of that, Councillor Bello, was to make contact with Councillor Soames, chair of this committee, and have that discussion.
Yep. But, you know, as you know from comments I made to the two girls when they came, it's not...
Time.
It's a good service we have in Woodley, but it's not satisfactory for the volume of people and where they've got to go. So it's something that we should consider.
And to spend a bit more time on it
Yeah.
as a separate working party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm quite happy to be part of it, subject to everyone's agreement if it is done. But it's a bit difficult to actually argue that out with two virtually and only three of us.
All I would suggest is that at this point, we probably need to have more conversations with Woking as well to find exactly what they want. You wouldn't want to have all the time and effort of setting up a working group, having the meeting and coming with feedback if that feedback is not going to be taken on board or they want it in a different way or whatever. So I wouldn't want you to waste your time doing that. So maybe what we can do is take that away and we do need to progress with Woking and find out what their next stage is.
I think if I could do that in conjunction with Councillor Soames' chair, so we could just try and do that bit of linking up.
Yeah.
Because it just felt like it missed the mark when they came previously, and I think the committee wasn't really sure what they were asking for.
No.
So obviously we had that discussion, but
we were all given our own opinions,
absolutely,
which do differ. But we want a consolidated opinion that's going
There
to
isn't enough time
represent
when
views
it's just
of all of us rather than individuals.
I think that's the way forward.
How about you, Vin or Robert? Have you got any comments on that?
No, I agree with you, Dave. I think that's right. We should wait till Bill's back and we'll sort something out. But yeah, we need to look into it, definitely.
Yeah. So we'll wait until probably after Christmas, I would imagine. You're still on, Robert? No? Okay. Okay, anything else on that matter? No, so we're ready to move on to item 12. Publications and information. To note receipt of the Promise Inclusion newsletter of October and November, and the Berkshire, that's the BALC, isn't it? Berkshire Association of Local Councils newsletter, November. We've all received that. Do we have any items for the future agenda? No.
Only buses.
Only
subject to
buses.
anything
Yeah,
that's,
only the buses. I think that one we can keep in the future and.
The buses, definitely. I think it's a big one, that, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you.
Any items for publicity? For the publicity and the website? Are there anything that anybody would like to forward?
The only thing to note is worthwhile noting, I know it will be noted at SNR in January as well, that we have a new website started today. This went live. So it's a new website that is fully accessible, unlike our old website that wasn't fully accessible. And this council has a duty as a public body to have a fully accessible website. So that is now in place. We'll provide further reports and information to strategy and resources, but as it's the first meeting that it's out, I think it's just worth that that's been noticed. So do take a look. It's a little simpler than the old site in terms of its structure and layout and format, but it ticks all the boxes for accessibility, which is the important thing.
Can I just chip in and say, as you did an enormous amount of work on that.
So can we note that we appreciate all your work?
Yeah, it looked very good. I think it was live a couple of days ago. I'm sure it's
Yeah.
changed then.
No, I shouldn't have done. It might have snuck on in a version that when they were playing with it, but it shouldn't have done. It definitely, I noticed it. But don't worry. Yeah.
So any other comments, questions, anything? It's a very short meeting tonight. And I think I've hit the record. So I'd say 20:15, the meeting is closed. Thank you very much.